not only being the best on the floor, but also being unapologetically herself.
Angel Reese has been a blessing to girls basketball.
The most impressive rookie so far has been Angel Reese.
Look at all the brand deals that she has.
You know what's tough? Dealing with haters when you're on top. Angel Reese is facing that right now. She's got a new podcast, and some fans are saying she should focus on her game instead. But here's the thing. Angel's not just an athlete, she's building an empire. Let's talk about why that matters. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Angel's rookie season was insane. She set a WNBA record with 15 straight double-doubles. That's crazy, right? But some people aren't happy. They're mad she's starting a podcast called Unapologetically Angel. Can you believe it? Here's what's really going on. Angel's trying to balance her game on the court with her goals off it. It's not easy. She's getting criticism, and even worse, some threats. But you know what? She's not backing down. Angel's showing us what it means to be more than just a player. This is big, folks. We're watching a star rise, and she's doing it her way. Think Angel's podcast is just a distraction? Think again. She's crushing it on the court with league-leading stats, but some fans are still not happy.
Basketball is literally a game. Like, I promise you, it's literally a game. We have so much fun with it. But when it comes to death threats, when it comes to people finding, like, I'm talking about people have come down to my address, follow me home. Like, it's come down to that. Multiple occasions, people have made AI pictures of me, like, naked. Literally.
Really?
They have sent it to my family members. My family members are like, uncles are sending it to me like,
no.
Are you naked on Instagram?
What's really going on here? The answer might surprise you. Let's talk about Angel's game for a second. This girl is on fire. She's leading the WNBA with an average of 12.9 rebounds per game. That's insane. But you know what's even crazier? She's one of only 3 players in the entire league averaging a double-double. That means she's not just grabbing boards, she's putting up points too. You'd think with stats like that, everyone would be cheering her on. But nope, some fans are giving her heat. Why? Because she started a podcast called Unapologetically Angel. Can you believe it? They're saying she should focus on basketball and nothing else. But here's the thing, is that really fair? Imagine if someone told you that you could only do one thing in your life, just one. How would that feel? Pretty limiting, right? That's exactly what's happening to Angel. She's killing it on the court, but the moment she tries to do something else, people lose their minds. This isn't just about Angel though. It's a bigger problem in sports, especially for women athletes. They're always under a microscope. If they're not perfect on the court, they're criticized. If they try to have a life outside of sports, they're criticized. It's like they can't win no matter what they do. But here's where it gets interesting. Angel's podcast isn't just some random hobby. It's actually a smart move. Think about it. She's connecting with her fans directly. She's telling her own story, in her own words. No middleman, no misunderstandings. She's taking control of her narrative. And you know what? That's powerful. In a world where athletes are often seen as just statistics or highlight reels, Angel's showing us she's a real person. She's got thoughts, feelings, and ambitions beyond basketball. And that's okay. It's more than okay. It's awesome. So next time you hear someone say Angel should stick to basketball, ask them this. Why can't she do both? Why can't she be a star on the court and have a voice off it? Because let me tell you, that's exactly what she's doing.
Whenever you think of Angel Reese, people often mention Caitlin Clark. You've said in interviews, there's no beef, but the media keeps going on. This is your platform, so how do you feel about that situation?
Caitlin is an amazing player, and I've always thought she was an amazing player. We've been playing each other since high school. Like, literally been playing each other since high school, and like knowing that, like, there's never been beef. At the end of the day, it's a game that we do both love, but there is no hate, no hate. We're gonna play on the same team one day, I'm sure. Like, we're gonna definitely play on the same team one day, so.
Maybe 2028.
She's breaking records and breaking barriers all at the same time. Angel's not just playing the game, she's changing it. And that podcast, it's not a distraction. It's part of her game plan. She's building her brand, connecting with fans, and showing the world who she really is. That's not taking away from her basketball. It's adding to it. Angel's using her podcast to set the record straight. Remember those rumors about her mental health break? She's addressing them head on, but that's just the beginning of what she's sharing. You know how people love to talk? Well, Angel Reese is giving them something to talk about with her new podcast, Unapologetically Angel. And let me tell you, she's not holding anything back. First off, let's talk about that mental health break she took in college. There were all kinds of rumors flying around, right? Well, Angel's not letting anyone else control that narrative anymore. She came right out and said it was for mental health reasons, period. No more speculation, no more gossip, just the truth, straight from Angel herself. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Angel's using this podcast to show us who she really is, beyond the basketball court. She's talking about her love life. Can you believe it? She even shared that her love language is quality time. And get this, she typically dates basketball players. I guess game recognizes game, right? Now you might be thinking, okay, but is this podcast just going to be all about Angel? Nope, she's got big plans. She's bringing in guests from all over the place. We're talking sports, music, entertainment, business, creators, you name it, and she's not playing small either. Angel's aiming for the stars, mentioning celebrities like Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B as potential guests. Can you imagine those conversations? This isn't just some random hobby for Angel, it's a smart move. She's part of a bigger trend where athletes are using their platforms to reach audiences outside their sports. Think about it. She's connecting with fans in a whole new way. As she puts it, it's another way for me to connect with my fans and reach new audiences I wouldn't necessarily have before. But here's where it gets real. Angel's not just sharing the fun stuff. She's talking about personal struggles and addressing misconceptions head on. That takes guts. She's showing us that there's more to her than what we see on the court. She's a real person with real challenges, just like the rest of us. And you know what? It's working. People are starting to see Angel in a whole new light. Those who might have been skeptical before are starting to come around. Why? Because she's being real. She's being authentic. She's being unapologetically Angel. This podcast isn't just changing how we see Angel, it's changing how we think about athletes in general. They're not just stats and highlight reels. They're people with stories, dreams, and struggles. And Angel's leading the charge in showing us that. Angel's openness is inspiring, but it's also made her a target. Ever wonder what happens when fan love turns toxic? Angel's about to show us the ugly truth of stardom. You think being a star athlete is all glitz and glamour? Think again. Angel Reese is dealing with some serious stuff behind the scenes. We're talking death threats, people. Yeah, you heard that right. Some so-called fans have taken things way too far. They've even followed her home and sent creepy AI-generated images to her family. That's messed up, right? But here's the thing. Angel's not letting this bring her down. Nope, she's turning all this negativity into something positive. How? By building her own empire, piece by piece. Remember that podcast we talked about? It's just the start. Angel's teamed up with Hershey's Reese's for a killer collaboration. They've got hats, t-shirts, hoodies, the work. And get this, her fans are called the Reese's Pieces. How cool is that? She's not just playing basketball, she's creating a whole brand. But Angel's not the only athlete getting into the podcast game. It's a whole trend now. LeBron James, Draymond Green, Travis Kelce, they're all doing it. These athletes are becoming media figures, expanding their influence way beyond sports. And Angel, she's right there with them, leading the pack. You know who else thinks Angel's killing it? Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, that's Shaq. He's involved with Angel's podcast network, and he's got some big words for her. He said, already one of the most recognizable players in the WNBA, Angel is changing the game with her skills and by being true to herself. That's high praise from a legend. But let's be real for a second. All this fame, all this success, it comes with a price. Angel's dealing with criticism left and right. Some people think she should just shut up and play ball. But you know what? That's not who Angel is. She's not going to be silenced. Instead, she's using all this noise as fuel. Her podcast isn't just about sharing her story. It's about inspiring others. It's about showing people that you can be more than what others expect you to be. You can be an athlete and a businesswoman. You can be tough on the court and vulnerable off it. Angel's turning adversity into opportunity. She's taking all the hate, all the criticism, and using it to build something bigger than herself. She's not just playing the game, she's changing it, and she's doing it her way, unapologetically. Think about it. How many people would crumble under the pressure Angel's facing? But not her. She's standing tall, using her platform to empower others. She's showing us that it's okay to be yourself, to speak your truth, even when people try to shut you down. Let's talk about Angel Reese's journey. She started as a rookie sensation, breaking records left and right. Now, she's a podcast pioneer. That's crazy, right? But it's not just about basketball anymore. Angel's showing us what it means to be a modern athlete. Think about it. She's not just playing the game, she's changing it. Angel's building her brand, speaking her truth, and inspiring others, all while still crushing it on the court. That's next level stuff. You know what's even crazier? Some people don't get it. They want her to just shut up and play ball. But that's not Angel. She's unapologetically herself, on and off the court. So here's the deal. We need to support athletes like Angel. They're not just players, they're people with dreams, goals, and voices. And they deserve to be heard. Are you ready to cheer them on?